now because language feud.
Even
Call the number now.
don't speak, just like you time
Find us
sprites
on
do
the
not
World
speak.
Wide
Oh, hello.
Web.
They know how to project.
Thank you.
When you are on stage, it is important to project so the back of the audience can hear you. Now, if you cannot talk, you can still project by snapping loud. Create an echo. Very good, very good. So snap like the crabs click their claws. Excellent, excellent. You see, I cannot snap my fingers due to an unfortunate manicure accident I had many years ago. They just don't work that way anymore. But that is just my cross to bear. Anyway, looks like Crob is still jumping around in the stage with the Coleman doll. But this is very peculiar behavior. Let us observe. Do you see that? Oh, he just disappeared. It was very interesting.
Good denizens of
Okay.
our sensational spot,
Well,
it's time
let us
to
review
give
the
it all
basics
you've
of
got.
Crob acting class,
Stop.
shall we?
And prepare to get down your hardest
So notice
for
how-
this self-described pop startist. And whether you like it or no, her name
Everybody,
is Shasta
except you,
Go,
little one, have been to Crob acting
an
class before,
entertainer
yes?
making jaws
So
and
remember
booties
how they
drop.
move side to
One
side?
song at a rhyme.
And not just
Pardon me?
front to back?
I mean,
It is because they
time.
have so many legs, they have this 360-degree awareness, which is very important if you want to be a good actor on the stage. And you all have the potential to be brilliant stage actors. I can see it all within you. You can be the star of the show. Huh? You need to be aware of everything around you. Let's say, I always use the Hamlet-Ophelia example, but I will come up with a new example. Okay. Let's say, you are, okay, let's say you are in Hamilton. And, I have not actually seen Hamilton because I came to the under a while before it came out, but I will just guess what it is about. So let's say that you're playing. Oh, why are we making knobs tiny? Okay, that's okay. You can get a close-up view of them that way. But I like having them big, so they're around the same size as us, so they can be good scene partner. But that is okay to have one little one. That is interesting. Okay, so let's say you are playing Alexander Hamilton. And it is the song where the three Schuyler sisters are singing their own names, which is very weird. I mean, what if... Well, I guess Shasta does that too, huh? She's singing about being Shasta. I guess I could sing like a song, I am Sasha. I was never a good singer, so maybe I should not. Anyway, so you're Alexander Hamilton, you're meeting the Schuyler sisters, and Angelica and Eliza and Peggy are all supposed to come in from stage right. But Angelica and Eliza, they mix up their right and their left. Because stage right is the opposite of house right, and stage left is the opposite of house left. It can be very confusing for new actors. So then, Angelica and Eliza come on from stage left, and only one on stage right is Peggy. And if you do not have that 360-degree awareness, and that peripheral vision developed, and you do not see the other two sisters coming in from the other side, you only see Peggy, and then you think, oh no, I have to rewrite whole musicals so Hamilton marries Peggy, whose only purpose in the whole show is to say, and Peggy! So that would be a very weird version of Hamilton if that happened. But if you are aware of all of your surroundings like the Crobs are, you will notice out of the corner of your eye that Angelica and Eliza are coming in from wrong side of stage, and you will be ready to sing with them and have love triangle with them. And then you won't have to marry Peggy and be historically inaccurate. Alright? So, let's just practice moving side to side, like the Crobs do. Very good, very good. Okay. And look at how they dig in the ground. They dig in the ground. Like they are searching for their objective. Now, we all know what objective is, huh? It is the thing that you want the most as your character. Now, that can be love, that can be respect, that can be power. If you're playing Hamilton, that is, you want power. You want to, make it in the political world. And, justice and and fairness, and you want, independence, all that good stuff. And, you really fight for it. You fight for it like the crabs fight the sand when they're digging in it. You do not know what the crabs are looking for in the sand. I don't even know if there's anything under there. But they do it with such ferocity that you know it is something very important to them. Da? Excellent. So, now notice how they're bouncing. Bounce, let's all bounce like the crabs. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Bounce, 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 bounce. See, they all have this flexibility, this open body. They have
Do
spent
not be
time
alarmed.
warming
I
up
ask
for
this
this. They don't just
preemptively
go on stage with
because I
stiff
have an
muscles
announcement,
and
and I know that
unstretched
an announcement can
hamstrings.
sometimes
You got to
create the
stretch.
feeling of
Your
apprehension.
body is your
So,
instrument.
when I say I have
And you
an
have to
announcement,
take care of
take
it.
it
So
in
you have to
stride.
eat healthy, you have to do voice
I have an
exercises,
announcement.
and you have to
Would
do
the
your
owner
stretches
or owners
all
of
the
a
time.
white station wagon
there's
please
a crab
report
over
to
there
the
carrying
parking
a
lot?
chair.
Your
Okay,
lights are on.
Let's,
I repeat,
okay.
would the owner or
So you have
owners
to exercise
of
your
a
body, you
white
have to stay
station
flexible, you have to
wagon
stay open, you have to
please
stay ready for
report
anything.
to the parking lot. Your
Cannot,
lights are on.
you have to have your knees
And
bent all
you
the
might
time, like the
want to
crabs
turn
have their
them off.
little crab knees
No
bent.
big deal.
Because if you
We're
lock your
having
knees,
fun.
you can faint
Fun's
on the
having us.
stage.
And
So
we've all had
imagine-
enough of this
I don't know.
announcement.
Imagine if you are in Hamilton and you are playing, you're playing Angelica and you're singing the song at their wedding and you're making toast and then you lock your knees and you faint
John
before
Spada,
you can
everyone.
reveal the big secret of that scene, which I will not spoil for you, but it's a very juicy secret. And it matters for the whole rest of the show. So if you faint in the middle of the show, it will be very embarrassing. That happened to my sister Sasha once, before she was in her chair. And she doesn't like me talking about that. Please do not tell her I said that. Oh, hello, little tiny baby crab. Hello. Hello. Can I pet you? Oh, so cute. See, this is another thing. There are no small parts, only small actors. You know, this crab could be a leading lady, even though she is not as big as the rest of them. She has star quality because you can see it in the way she moves, in the way her eyes connect with you. You don't need to look like everyone else in order to be a star. You know, Lin-Manuel does not look like all the other, Broadway leading men. But he made a name for himself. And he took the role of Hamilton and he wrote it and he created something that he could bring magic to. And now he is big leading Broadway man. So sometimes you must create your own content. And that can be the best work you can be a part of because nobody can do you like you do, you know? You are your best when you are being yourself. So if you create a character that is just like you know how to play that character better than anyone else. So that's something to be said about creating your own work. And may I do a shameless plug for the Everyone Museum, which is my museum where anybody in the under can go to create their own work, anywhere in there. So if you want to do a show starring you, produced by you, directed by you, music directed by you, choreographed by you, danced by you, you can do it in there, because it is for everyone. Not just the people that the MC wants to see on his stage. Okay. So, where was I? Oh, yes. Look at the crab holding whatever that thing is. Oh, I think it is the Coleman doll. Look at how her eyes are flashing and how her claws are up in celebration. She has achieved her objective of getting the thing. And if you try to take it away from her, she will be very angry and she will hold on to it tight. Now that is what you have to do when your character starts to achieve part of their objective. Let's say, you are say you are Eliza in Hamilton, and you can see that Alexander is falling in love with you. You got to hold on to him like that crab is holding on to the Coleman doll. I mean, not physically, I mean like, emotionally. You have to have high stakes. It has to be important to you. It's not just playing pretend. If you look at that crab's eyes flashing, I don't even know what they're carrying over there, but her eyes are flashing. All right. Let's see. So we did the objective, we did the movement, we did the awareness, we did the digging, we did the snapping. All right, I think it is time for the fun part. Now, I do not believe that there are any sword fights in Hamilton, because I think those duels were with guns, but I don't want guns around, so we are going to duel with swords. Because sword fighting is important. It's found in almost every Shakespeare play. It's just stage combat is a good skill to have, and regardless of oh, you're using a giant arrow. That is very creative.
You do anything to avoid,
Ugh.
but who you have to book at your
hate
exotemporal
that guy.
performance venue because
Anyway,
otherwise your aunt wouldn't let your mother hear the last of it.
It's
and you'd
whenever
regret
you
it
learn stage
forevermore.
combat, even if you are,
This next act
not
is
doing
something
Shakespeare, if you're
like
doing more
that,
modern
only
stuff
you're
with like,
thankfully in
I don't know,
no way
guns
related.
and the
She's
nunchucks
always
and
been
whatever.
like that cousin to me.
Whatever they have in like Fast and Furious movies or whatever. I don't know. I don't watch action movies. That's the only one I know. When you start a stage combat class, the first thing you learn is sword fighting, because that is what started it all. Well, after hand to hand, But that's, I like to keep my distance a little bit. I don't like the hand to hand stuff. It can get very messy. So, crabs are perfect for practicing sword fighting because their shells are so hard that the swords cannot hurt them. Maybe I will make them gold just like the swords, because gold cannot hurt gold. So it is better to stab a crab than to stab your friends, your time sprite friends. The crabs are our friends too, because they have hard shells that can handle it. Time sprites have... Well, actually, I do not know what you are made out of, but I'm assuming it's squishy and would not be as friendly to being stabbed as the crabs are. I mean, I have poisoned many people, but when I have seen a crab eat poison, nothing happens to them. They must be very strong and powerful. Very good, very good. I like your technique. When you are first starting with this stage combat or any kind of sport, any kind of competitive anything, it is good to practice with those who are much better at it than you are. So with the crabs, you can never beat them. It is impossible. So they are good trainers to start with. And then you can learn to fight each other. Okay, that's cheating. That's cheating. No magic. You see, you can flip them over, but they will be fine. And they will pop back out of the ground and pop back in. Yes, they know how to make an entrance, and they know how to make their exit. Very good, very good. In the very last moment of Hamilton, I don't want to spoil it for you, but that reminded me of it. The very last moment. I can't remember if it's Angelica or Eliza. I think it's Eliza, right? In the very last moment of Hamilton, she gasps, just like that crab. And that's just like that sound that crabs make when they enter. So even though there is no words to it, it is just a sound that you make with your body or your voice, but it's not a word, there's no words, no speech, there's no meaning to it, but it is so powerful. Like when you hear that sound, you know that it means something. You know, this is the end of the show. Or you know that a crab has just popped out of the ground. Either way, it is a big deal. Just like that. It's a beautiful sound. And so the crabs can teach us how to express ourselves even without words. Like mimes. That's a whole field, you know? And a lot of clowning, physical theater. That doesn't require... I mean, a lot of clowns and physical performers, they speak. But the most important part of it is body language. You can express yourself without using your voice. And I think that is something that time sprites and crabs are both excellent at. That those of us who can speak can learn a little something from that. Huh?
How much do you
Alright.
have? Are
Well,
you following?
Now
Or are
that
you
you,
reading?
okay. Please don't stab me with swords.
Barely distinguishable,
I bruise
but
very
full of
easily.
impulse and desire. And yet, even the gentlest
My
inclinations
very,
can set
I
things
have
in
this
motion.
very thin Russian skin that just bruises very easily. But, anyway. What does, yes, I wonder if we could, I don't know, do a Collaboration Theater Company production of Hamilton. Where, I don't know, where, you know, all of you guys are, you know, Alexander Hamilton and his friends, and then, the Crobs are, Angelica, Eliza, and Peggy. Okay, so you can be Alexander. You can be King George. I can see you doing that really well with the fluid mask. And then you can be Lafayette, and then you can be Aaron Burr, and you can be George Washington, and then you can be Hercules Mulligan. Okay? Okay, now that casting is set, I will leave you to go rehearse, okay? And that big girl over there, wait, who is that? I cannot tell their tattoos when they're old. Okay, that can be Angelica, and that can be Eliza, and then that little one over there is Peggy. All right. Angelica Crobb, Eliza Crobb, and Peggy will still be Peggy. Oh, you're such beautiful actors. You have everything you need within you to be great stars of stage and screen. And remember, I am always here for you to be a scene partner or a coach or an audience member. And the Everyone Museum is always there for you as a performance space for you to express yourselves however you want. Huh? And for those of you who have not been a part of the Collaboration Theater Company before, welcome to the ensemble. We're happy to have you as part of our company. And the Crobs are too. No, I haven't seen my co-founder of Collaboration in a while. You know Ferdinand the Crob? He's the one that works for the Crob King and takes notes on everything. He founded the company with me, but I have not seen him in a while. I hope he's okay. Anyway, I will see you again soon. Thank you for being such talented performers and such great students, and for sharing your talents with me and with each other and with the Crob community. Now, I will let you rehearse for a bit. You remember your roles, duh? All right. Angelica Crob, Eliza Crob, and Peggy, the Schuyler sisters. I'm looking for a Crob at work. I'm looking for a Crob at work. In the greatest desert in the under. In the greatest desert in the under. All right. Yes, I have to... Guys, what kind of soup should I... Oh, well, thank you. I've never been a knight of anything before. What kind of soup should I make for my sisters tonight? I know. Broccoli soup. Okay, beautiful. That's a good idea. Dog soup? No, I'm not going to make dog soup. But I will make it safe for dogs to eat, so I can feed it to dogs. And I will make some cat food soup for all the kitty cats as well. Huh? Alright. Yes, I need to bring care package to Dasha because, maybe I will make chicken noodle soup because that is good for the boys. I will make good care package for her. I haven't seen Masha in a while either, so I will make some for her too. Alright. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh. Yes, and I will leave bowls of cat food out in case any kitty cats in need will find it. Hey, that crab is running off with the chair. Where are you going? Huh? Where are you going?
Next up
Right back.
on our esteemed
Okay.
stage, and I can sense
Right.
his accoutrements are
Bye,
already
everyone.
entering to my rear,
Thank you.
is one of my close personal associates, a veritable guru, who's gotten me back on track more times than I can count. Please welcome the #1 life